Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. Over the past 2 years I've been brewing my own kombucha and I thought I would go over the process of how I do it. Okay, so the ingredients I use is to yield 2 gallons of kombucha. So I start with 1 gallon of filtered water, 32 tea bags of black tea. I'll be using 2 cups of regular granule sugar, and that's it until you do your second brew. For your second brew, you just got to decide on what flavor you want, and we'll go over that on the next part of this video. Start by boiling a gallon of filtered water, and what I use is a black tea. I know there's other teas that work. I think green and oolong. It is particular to certain teas, so you have to look up what's good, but black tea is typical. I use a regular old Tetley. All right, we got the tea bags ready. As soon as that water boils, we'll put it in and set a timer for 5 minutes. All right, water's boiling. Put the tea bags in. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes later.
All right, timer's up. Time to take the bags out. All right, our tea's brewed. The next step is to put some sugar in. I just use regular store brand white sugar. All right, in goes our 2 cups of sugar. So it's a cup per gallon. I'm making 2 gallons. I know I only have a gallon in here, but it's gonna get mixed with water later. So I'm putting 2 cups in. I do it while the tea is still hot because it'll dissolve better. Pour that in. Okay, now that has to cool. That's near 212 degrees. We just shut it off, but you can't use it until it's below 86 degrees. All right, so to help it cool off a little faster, I'll take the hot tea and pour it into my 2.5 gallon tea added. And I'll take another gallon of water. This should help cool it. That'll help it cool because now it's got surface area to radiate the heat instead of this small container. The top's open. I added some cold water, room temp water. Now the regular meat thermometer that's been washed. I'll check the temp. You want to get below 86. 86 and below is the magic number. So it's already hitting 100. When it's 86, we'll do the rest of this and get it up in the closet.
2 hours later.
All right, so our tea cooled below 86. It's time to put the SCOBY and the starter tea in. I take the mother, that's the disc. I set her in. I'm taking one of the healthiest layers. I split it. I just lay that on top. And I take my starter tea, pour that in. That's it. Now we're gonna put the top on, which is just a cloth, and then put a rubber band around the top to keep it on. And that's it. It goes in the closet, stays in there. I'll start checking it daily. After 9 to 11 days, when it's been tasted and it's at the tartness you like, we'll take it out and do the second brew.
Several days later.
Take our cover off and rubber band. I put them in a bowl that I've washed. That's the original, that's the mama. Then I take 2 cups of the kombucha and we're going to put that in with the SCOBY because we're going to use that as our starter tea for our next brew. So I take a cup of honey, and because it's so viscous, I like to thin it out so it mixes better. I'll put some kombucha in there and stir it up. All right. Next step is some lemon juice, maybe 3/4. This stuff's strong. And ginger juice. This is actually weaker than when I was juicing it, so I switched from a 1/2 cup to a whole cup. But you do it to your taste, and I'll do it to mine. A little strong on the lemon. I should have backed off. Definitely needs more ginger. Do another 1/2 cup. All right. So I fill right to where the neck starts. And I cap it, and that's it. We're getting there. As I bottle, I give it an occasional stir. Like every 2 bottles, I'll stir it up. Because you don't want the solids to go to the bottom, and then you get a concentrated bottle of solids and then the rest not so much. All right, so I just put it away in a bedroom closet or cubby. Keeps it out of the light and keeps it room temp, and that's perfect conditions for this second brew. All right, so that's really the final step with the exception of testing it and then moving it to the fridge to stop the fermentation. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have happy times brewing, because you're gonna enjoy it if you keep up with it. It's really an enjoyable thing. It's a labor of love. It's a little bit of work, but if you do it right and you take your time, you'll be successful at it. You'll enjoy it. Anyway, happy brewing. Leave a comment if you got something positive or negative or something you do different. That'd be awesome. I'd like to hear from you guys. Okay, thanks. Happy brewing.